Welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Jackie Hermans. So, we still have a contest going on, and you have a chance to win a beautiful gift basket of Elizabeth Grant skincare products. So, TSC, the shopping choice, is celebrating Elizabeth Grant's 100th birthday, and they are giving away a beautiful gift basket. I won one of them, so I would love for you to have a chance to win one as well. It's super easy. All you need to do is send us an email to uxbridgescugog@rci.rogers.com and tell us what you love about the show. Now, in order to be eligible for the show, you need to be in Durham Region or the Kawartha Lakes. So that is the area you need to be in to have a chance to win. So send us that email. Now, we have a great show going on. We are going to be doing some baking with the gluten-free guy, and we'll be learning how to make a delicious chocolate cake that is totally gluten-free. We're also going to be talking to Brooklyn Doucette, who wrote a book about bullying with strategies to be able to help you. She actually wrote it when she was in grade 6. And it's a beautiful book that's interactive. Make sure you keep on watching so you can find out more. And we're also having a mental health segment in there. Awesome show. So keep on watching. We'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Hello, I'm Rob MacArthur, host and co-producer of Helping Durham Region. Join us as we shine the spotlight on Durham Region residents that are making a difference by helping other residents. That's Helping Durham Region, only on Rogers TV Durham.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So with me on this show, I have Brooklyn Doucette and her mom. And so her mom's name is Crystal, and it's wonderful to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So Brooklyn has written a book, Navigating Life. And now you wrote this book because you were experiencing bullying.
Yes.
Okay. How old were you when you wrote this book?
I was in grade 6, so I think I was 12 or 13. 12 or 13. Yeah.
12 or 13. So for a 12 or 13-year-old to write a book, that's some pretty powerful stuff.
Yes.
What gave you the drive to write the book?
I think I really wanted to help other kids. I knew that when I was going through it, I wanted help from other people, so having the feeling of helping others was a really good feeling.
Good. Did it also help yourself during the process to write out what you were experiencing?
Yes, I felt more confident in myself that I was able to do something good in the world for someone else, that it could help someone.
Amazing. Now, I understand that you were getting some assistance from professionals, and they were giving you strategies to help you to deal with it. Are the strategies in the book?
Yes, most of them are, and some of them have helped me to now that I might have not put in there, but they have helped me.
Okay, so I understand that bullying can be a different experience for females compared to males.
Yes.
What was your experience of bullying? What were you going through?
I know most of them were with girls, and it's mostly the intimidating stare that they'd give you. They'd leave you out of things. they'd spread rumors, very mean names. When you'd walk by, there'd be some nasty comments, but I know that I just had to stay out and think about myself, you know, like just zone them out.
Okay. Now, going from elementary to high school, did it get worse or better?
I think it got worse, in my opinion, yeah.
Okay, what kind of things? And Crystal, you know, maybe there's something that you want to share. What kind of experiences was Brooklyn having in high school?
I think the level of bullying just changes a little bit with the age of kids. They get a little meaner, you could say. You know, and I think violence is maybe brought into it when they get to the high school age instead of in elementary school. It's not so much surrounding that. So that can be really scary for somebody who's dealing with that, and for her to have dealt with it for so long. You know, it's a traumatic experience, and it has lasting effects on them. So,
yeah. I understand there was a particular incident that you went through fairly recently.
Yeah, I was going to the bathroom before the next class started, and I walked into the bathroom, did my business, and then when I walked out of the stall, 3 girls approached me and kind of trapped me in the corner kind of and wouldn't let me leave, saying some hurtful words and wouldn't let me leave. I said about 5 times if I could please come by, like go through, and they wouldn't move out of my way. I'd move this way and they wouldn't get out of my way, and I'd move that way and they didn't. So
it's a very big intimidation tactic, right,
Yes.
with bullies?
Yeah. So I understand you're taking a new strategy by you've changed schools.
yes, I have.
So tell me, like, you were initially at a very small populated school.
Yes.
And so tell me about this new school.
This new school has about 900 kids, where my old one had 300, so it's a bigger step in people I can be friends with or get introduced to. There's also more classes that I could be put into, and just more people and teachers that I might be able to interact with.
Okay. I understand. So in your book, you use an analogy to help people to be able to face what they're facing in regards to bullying. Do you want to explain that analogy?
It's like driving a car, I'd say. So a person who's trying to put you down or get in your way could be just exactly like a pothole. So to move around and go on a different, smoother path than a bumpy dirt road, right? And it's kind of like when you're on the side of the road and you have a flat tire or
Run out of gas.
Yeah, run out of gas. You can be filled back up or get a tow truck and have different people to help you where you're not just stuck there still.
I love that. And when you're looking for that smoother road, it's like you're looking for that tribe of people who will support you to create a smoother, more harmonious experience, right? Okay, so I'm just going to randomly open up to one page. Okay, I just want to read what's on this page. The road is not perfect. Sometimes the road has bumps and potholes, and you have to change lanes and find a better paved road. This is like when people say things to put you down or hurt your feelings. You need to find a better path and be with people who make you feel good. That was the most perfect page to open up to.
It was, yes.
And what I love about this book is it's interactive. So you have some pages in here to be able to write your own story, which I think is a wonderful healing process. Just to digest what you're going through, get your feelings out on the paper, so you can move beyond it. Okay, so if people want to get your book, I understand you're putting in orders to print them. You are posting a new Facebook page today, and it is going to be called Navigating Life with Brooklyn.
Right.
Yes. Navigating Life with Brooklyn. So you can look for the title of the book. You can look for that cover to help you to find that, and you can put in your order and pass it on to maybe someone else who is going through bullying, or maybe someone who experienced it in the past and is still going through that healing process. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Not
It
a
was
problem.
really nice.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
I think it's really powerful for you to share your story and to help others.
Thank you.
So we'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Smudging is a very important part in our life as we're all learning to walk the good way. When we smudge, we use the sacred medicine, the white sage, the sweetgrass, the tobacco, and the cedar. It cleanses negative energy and replaces it by a positive energy. When I smudge, I cleanse my end and my eagle feather and start cleansing my breath to have better words. I will smudge my eyes so I could see the better things offered to me. I will smudge my ears to hear the good thing that people have to say. I will smudge my hair to have good thinking from my head. I will bring the smudge to my feet so I could walk in respect with our Mother, the Earth. Smudging is the way we give our prayers to connect our spirit to the Creator. We express gratitude for the gift of life, the learning, and growth.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So, language matters when talking about mental health versus mental illness. We're going to be going over to Alec from the Canadian Mental Health Association of Durham, who will be talking about just that. Alec, take it away.
Thanks, Jackie. I'm Alec King with the Canadian Mental Health Association Durham, and I'm here with Onika Dainty with our Recovery College and Wellness Center. Onika is going to talk with us about mental health versus mental illness.
Thank you, Alec. So, mental health versus mental illness. These two terms are often used interchangeably, but they do not mean the same thing. As the World Health Organization famously has said, there is no health without mental health. The difference, I would say, between mental health and mental illness is that a lot of people have mental health. Everyone has mental health, really, but not everyone has mental illness. If we're going to take a look at mental health and what that looks like and feels like, that's someone who, deals well with things like their emotions, their thoughts, their feelings. They're good at problem solving. They're good at communication. There's just like a various number of things that people with mental health have that sometimes people with mental illness do not have. So people with mental illness, for example, and the biggest difference I would say is that people with mental illness oftentimes, because of the severity of their illness, have a break from reality.
Okay.
So they experience things like mania or psychosis. They go through long periods of unwellness as well. It's a psychological disorder, these disorders, and they basically affect the way people view the world.
Yeah.
Onika, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Would you mind just explaining mania?
Absolutely. So mania happens often with people with bipolar affective disorder 1, previously called manic depressive. Right. But mania is that elevated state that a person will experience when they're going through a psychotic break. Oftentimes they experience delusions of grandeur, hallucination, rapid speech, disorganized thinking. So mania is the high that happens, the mental high that happens prior to a full-on psychotic episode.
Okay.
So that would be mania. Right. And some of the other illnesses that we do cover in our organization, and in the Recovery College, we talk about depression and anxiety. We talk about borderline personality disorder, bipolar affective disorder 1 and 2, schizophrenia, and schizoaffective disorder. So these are some of the more severe mental illnesses. And as I was telling you before, it's entirely possible for someone to have mental illness, but also experience vast periods of wellness.
Right.
And it's also possible for someone to have great mental health and never go through their life experiencing anything close to poor mental health or mental illness. There's a time span sometimes when it comes to mental illness, so it lasts a lot longer than people's periods of mental health. And oftentimes, Oftentimes, as I said, mental illness and mental health are confused, but they are on a continuum, similar to the spectrum, the autistic spectrum. So they're on a continuum where mental health is at one end and mental illness is at the other, and people fall somewhere in the middle, so oftentimes.
Depending on different periods of your life and what's going on, someone could be on either end of that spectrum or somewhere in between, right?
Yes, life events, death, loss of job, loss of relationship, things of that nature can cause for someone to go from one end of the spectrum of having mental health to the other one, and experiencing poor mental health, but not necessarily mental illness.
Right. So, I mean, it goes along the way, but it doesn't have to go all the way down to someone having a mental illness at that point. Okay, great.
And I think the main thing to remember is if you are concerned about your mental health, if you're concerned that you may have a mental illness, oftentimes you need to, not oftentimes, every time, you need to definitely consult with your doctor, have that conversation even though it might be a difficult one, because your mental health is extremely important. And if you want to continue to maintain your mental health, good and positive mental health, there are several things that I can recommend, tips and tricks, if you will.
That's great, and I bet you could probably get those kind of tips or tricks by coming to talk to someone at CMHA Durham, right?
Absolutely, or going to the CMHA Durham website.
Exactly. So if you find that you need help, or if someone you know or cares about needs help, please reach out to CMHA Durham or any other community mental health organization that can support you. So Onika, thank you so much for coming and talking with us about mental health versus mental illness. So, and Jackie, back to you.
Thank you so much, Alec. That's great information about mental health versus mental illness. We will be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
It was our 35th anniversary. To celebrate, we were on our way to Mama Rosie's, where we had our first date. That's when we heard coming from the radio. So we stopped and listened. It helped us get to safety. So when I think of our anniversary, because now we have even more to celebrate.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Van Bilsen, host of Photos and Travel, where we bring the world to your doorstep. In our next episode, we'll visit the Russian cities of Moscow and St. Petersburg. We'll explore the history and culture of one of the world's most controversial superpowers. Join us right here on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Sean Lackey, and this is Sold with Sean Lackey. You should check us out if you want to find out what's going on in the world of real estate. We'll have all sorts of guests to keep you in the loop on what's going on in this wonderful world.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So I am so excited about this guest because I haven't seen Joel Mislick in a while, and Joy, Joel, who is also very joyful, is also known as the gluten-free guy. And where I know Joel from is Baked at Frankie's Ristorante in Uxbridge, and when you have a small business, you need to roll with it. Things are going to change, and now they are fully online. And I was so excited to see that you're online. So, today, Joel, we're going to be doing some baking. You're going to teach us how to make
a gluten-free chocolate cake.
Chocolate's my favorite.
So good. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to jump right into it.
Okay, let's do it.
So
we're going to make a cake in 6 minutes,
That's
not
right.
seconds.
So I'm using my gluten-free all-purpose flour, and it really is, it's an amazing gluten-free all-purpose flour.
Okay.
When you're making things, you can swap out pretty much any recipe. This is an old Betty Crocker recipe that I used.
Okay.
And you can swap it out for anything for cup.
And I understand you are selling this around the world.
Absolutely.
You get orders
Yes.
all the time, all
Yes.
over the place.
All over the place.
Very cool.
So that was the sugar and the flour I've added.
Okay.
Now I'm adding my cocoa, some salt, baking powder.
And by the way, the recipe is going to be available for you online or right here. So we're going to throw that recipe up so you can get a little glance at it there.
So I'm mixing that up. Now I'm just going to add my wet ingredients.
And what was that?
Oh, that was vanilla.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
nice.
I should have been clearer on
no,
that.
No, it's okay. And it was a really clear vanilla.
Yes, I make my own.
Oh.
And
we
so
should have you on another show, so teach us how to do that.
Absolutely.
Canola oil.
That is canola oil.
So you need a nice light oil.
Yes, and then there's some water.
Okay.
And I like cracking my eggs in a separate container just to make sure there aren't any shells.
Okay, that's so smart.
And 2 eggs, and we're gonna mix that right up until it's really well combined.
I'm using everything I can to not stick my finger in there and taste it. It's really tough. I'm like, oh, that looks, and it's smelling good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
I love the smell of cocoa.
At this point, if you want to add in chocolate chips, you can do that, no problem at all. So that's it. It's mixed, it's good to go.
And you got a bundt pan going on?
A bundt pan, so I'm gonna pour that right into the bundt pan. And you can see, I mean, it's super easy to do.
You can make it in 6 minutes.
You can literally make it in about 6 minutes. And you know, so by the magic of TV,
I love this. Voila!
I've got one
Yes.
already done.
Perfect. Let's flip her over.
So I'm gonna flip it over.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. There we go.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
And it comes out so wonderful every single time.
Now there's different options to dress this up.
Yes,
too,
there is.
right?
So at this point, if you want to put icing on it, you can do that. If you want to drizzle like chocolate on it, make it like a double chocolate or triple chocolate.
Yes.
You can do that, no problem. I want to keep it super simple. I'm all about the KISS method. Keep it super simple.
Okay.
So I've got some plates.
Oh, yes. That means I'm tasting.
And you slice into it. And I mean, look at that cake. It's just beautiful.
It looks good. It looks like it light yet moist.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And so I made a little bit of a berry compote. This is just basically jam without the pectin. It's just berries cooked down a little bit with some sugar or maple syrup if you want.
How long does it take to make something like that?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't take long at all.
And then you can use it on top of ice cream. You could anything, really.
Pancakes, ice cream.
Crepes, yes.
Yeah, whatever you want. And then just a little dollop of whipped cream.
Oh, wow.
Because who doesn't like whipped cream?
No, I really don't know anyone.
So give that a try.
Thank you.
Let me know what you think.
Okay. I get a little bit
I've
of
had
everything
so much
on
cake the
here.
last few days.
Well, now you have more to eat.
Now I have more to eat. Yeah, but it's light, it's fluffy. What I really like about the Frankie's flour is it doesn't leave a weird aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
It
just tastes like, I'm sorry
No, it's
for
okay.
interrupting. It just tastes like amazing cake.
Yeah.
You can't tell it's gluten-free.
No, exactly. It's corn-free, it's GMO-free. I find a lot of gluten-free flour mixes out there have a lot of fillers that you really shouldn't be consuming. There's a lot of sugar in some gluten-free flours, and it's not necessarily the best. And that's why I like this. It's rice, potato, tapioca, and sorghum are the main ingredients.
Okay, so if anyone wants to purchase this flour, they can go to your website.
Yes.
Gluten-free guy.
And gluten-free Frankies.
Gluten-free Frankies.com.
Yeah.
Gluten-free Frankie. Now, the gluten-free guy, that's on YouTube.
That is.
So Joel has his own YouTube channel where you're going through gluten-free recipes. And what is it? YouTube.com
/ gluten-free guy.
Gluten-free guy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so people can order from you. They can order
can.
from you online. Not only this, but they can get some baked goods from you.
That's right. Yes. So you can order our breads, our cakes, our muffins, which are like little small cakes.
Yeah.
Pies, pizza shells, muffins, cookies, tarts.
Is it delivery? Is it pickup? How does that work?
All through all of Durham and parts of York will do delivery.
Okay.
And it's free delivery on orders of $75 or more, which is not hard when it comes to buying food nowadays.
Right. Right. And especially freshly baked goods.
And it's freshly baked.
Yeah.
So if you order a loaf of gluten-free bread, it's going to come to you fresh, which is really nice.
Yay!
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much. It was wonderful having you on the show. We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life as I finish this. Thanks.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Hello, I'm Judith Tate, host and producer of At the Heart of Business. Join me each week as we get to know women in business and learn all about their challenges and successes. That's At the Heart of Business right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome. Join me on the Rogers TV Durham for learning yoga in just 10 classes. My name is Sri. I'm a yoga teacher at Yoga Point, and it's my privilege to spend the next few weeks with you.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So I have really enjoyed this show. First of all, I got my chocolate fix that was 100% gluten-free. And I also found out too, the whipping cream that Joel used, Joel, was also lactose-free, and that helps me too. And I am so grateful that we had Brooklyn on the show talking about bullying and about the beautiful book that is helping other people, other students that have been facing it, giving them strategies and an opportunity to look within, since it's a beautiful interactive book. Now, if you're wanting to join that contest to win the Elizabeth Grant gift basket with beautiful facial products, all you need to do is send us an email. So Uxbridge Scugog Life at rci.rogers.com, and all you have to do is tell us what you love about the show, Uxbridge Scugog Life. That's got to be pretty easy, right? There's a whole lot to love here. So I encourage you to enter to win that basket. I have been one of the recipients of the basket, and I'm in so much gratitude to have an opportunity to use such beautiful products on my face. So I hope you can too. So thank you so much for watching. Guess what? Next week, we're going to do a whole new show with a lot of great information on it. So I look forward to you joining. You can also watch this show not only on the local Rogers TV station, but also on YouTube. You can subscribe to Rogers TV. Thank you so much for watching again. We will see you next week. Bye.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
You must be the reporter. Come with me.
So, Miss McGill, how does it feel being Canada's famous women engineer?
The real story is the work we've done retooling this factory.
To build the Hawker Hurricane?
Indeed. 40 planes last month with a capacity of up to 100. Our fighters are over England as we speak. Of course, it pains me to see airplanes mass-produced like boxcars or baby carriages. But in war, we make concessions in favor of innovation.
You must feel at home, though, managing all of these women.
I'm not here to manage women.
Well, you must admit it is an unusual